This is season 3. I am so happy to be here at my favorite number, and I am ready to make this your favorite season yet. We've made some exciting changes based on the feedback from our audience. Thank you to everyone who shared their thoughts on how we can make things better. We're gonna push to make this one bigger and better than ever. More intentional conversations, better visuals, because yes, this podcast does have a visual version live on YouTube, and better audio for your ears to love on all streaming platforms. Feel free to reach out to us and let us know what you love about the show and what you think we can do better. And please remember to share this with your friends and family. Enjoy the episode. Never mind. That's just stories for the day. Today was a bit of a long day, but it was a good day. It was a good, busy.
Productive?
Yeah. The past week and a half, I feel like it's been like rough because with just moving in and like getting the show ready for filming all these shows and then like having things go wrong time after time. It's like, God, so many issues that pop up, but you know, we're here, we're fighting, and like, jeez, man, it's just, I don't know how you've been feeling recently, but it's been like, how have you been
I think
doing?
it's just overwhelmed. Like what you're describing is like just when things are overwhelming. Like it's, the thing is, you guys like churn out quickly. Like it's like you film 1 week and it's out the next week, and I'm just like, oh, okay, damn. Usually I'm like, okay, in 3 months you'll see it, and it's like, so y'all are doing a good job. But things happen.
I appreciate it.
Like,
Yeah. It's, I mean, we'll get into your work ethic soon, honestly, because like, a few of the things we're gonna talk about involve like your consistency and how much you put out content. Because for those of you who don't know, this is Tima. You see the IG handle, TimaLikesMusic, right over there. Tima, I'm just gonna read a little bio just to help me out. It's a thing I like to do. I like to read bios. Tima, a producer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist, creates music that's been played more than 30 million times on Instagram's Reels and TikTok, with sultry, nostalgic R&B instrumentation and clever comical lyricism. She's been featured on the New York Post, NJ.com, and made an appearance on the Kelly Clarkson Show. Nuts.
Wow, yeah, it's crazy.
That's pretty cool. The Kelly Clarkson thing. Did you we talked last time. You made a jingle for it. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I made a jingle for it. It was basically how she ends her show is have a good day, and if it's not good, like make it a good day. So like the production team was like, oh, do you mind like making a little jingle? So like we played that instead, and I was like, let me check my schedule. Yes. So then, like, it worked itself.
Do you still not remember it?
Oh, I swear. How? It was 2 years ago.
It's not that long ago.
I swear, like if a robber came up to me right now, I was like, sing that jingle right now. I'd be like, just take me. I don't know what you want me to do. I
love Kelly Clarkson. You better sing it right now. I know it was you. I know it was you. That's pretty cool though. I feel like once you start hearing your music in those kind of placements, it's like feels kind of weird, right? Yeah. Like it's kind of wild.
It's
like,
very odd.
Surreal. I feel like it would be surreal. Yes. Like just like that's me.
Exactly.
Like, yo, the Netflix thing. That's crazy. The comedian.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Eliza Eliza.
Eliza. Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds so cool. It sounds so good. That's a
I'm
sick
still,
intro.
On cloud 9,
yeah.
Like it's like. Oh,
yeah, I saw your stories. You're like playing it a bunch. Like it's
like
just so cool. I would too, because it was like really cool video. It was like, I mean, it's a Netflix commercial, a little reel about the special, and like to hear your music on it, and then like see the intro and like see so many people loving that comedian, and that comedian chose to like get you on like a thing. Like that's actually just so cool.
It is really cool. It's almost like reliving it, because this was done back like in the spring. Like it was like,
so it was
they started planning like the production. I think they filmed it 2 months ago. They got the music. We were like working back and forth. I would say April, May. Everything was like done by like June-ish. Wow. Like I kid you not, like it's always weird because like my part is like really pre-production.
Oh yeah,
so it's always
pre.
like
it's like her play out music, right? When she walks out, that's the song that plays in the actual like place, in the building.
Exactly.
So cool.
It's
you were there. You saw the show, right? Live?
Yes and no. I wasn't at the filming.
Okay.
The filming was in Ohio. However, I did see her live
Okay.
before. Like, she got me tickets so that I could like see the act beforehand.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it was really, really cool. So it's like I knew about this for months. You submit it and you forget about it.
Yeah,
and then you get to relive it when you get to tell everybody when it comes out.
For sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That must be just so cool. What was the experience like with, because I'm curious, working with like Netflix?
No, it was with Eliza directly. Yeah. So
like, it was with Eliza. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. How was she? That's even better. That's even better.
Yeah.
How was she? Cool. How was she? Like in the process?
She knew me online for like a while, and then she she said to me, she's like, if I ever get like a late night show, like I want you to like be my like person. I was like, girl, call me.
That's fucking crazy.
Like, I'm like
the Roots type vibes.
Yeah, but like crazy. It's like, you know, whenever that happened 2 years ago when she sent me that. So that's always like,
oh yeah,
you never know what's gonna happen. And she said like, but time to time she would comment on my stuff and whatever. I'm like, we're besties basically. And then I get a text from my manager and it's like a screenshot of an email. And it's like this woman, she's like, hey, I'm like Eliza's manager. She has a Netflix special coming out and she wants you to do the music for it. And I was like, let me check my schedule. Yes, okay. And like, I was ready. And then like I DM'd her and I was just like, we would go back and forth, and eventually I got her number and then we would text back and forth. And then I was out in LA a couple of times this year and she's in LA. So I was just like, hey, like I'm gonna be out here if you want to like meet up. And she's like, sure. And I was like, well, damn. And then we went out for like tea. Jeez. And then we had cute. Yeah, it was so precious. It was so weird. I think she doesn't know this, but I think I got there like an hour early because I was like, I'm not messing. I can't be late. Yeah, I literally can't. But it wasn't like
that's some shit I would do.
Literally, you're just sitting there. It's crazy.
I would be like surveying the area, like looking at exits. I'd be like ready for anything.
Exactly.
Like, let me actually like tell them we're coming. Like type shit.
Exactly. And it wasn't like a Starbucks. It was literally like a general store. Like it was like not something that looks like you look weird staying there for a long period of time. Like it's like imagine you go to like the bodega and like you just
and then you like sit
and you just sit outside. Like, yeah, like
that's interesting.
Yeah, and then like God. She came and it was really cool. We talked for like 2 hours. She's like
so cool.
Yeah, she's like just as funny in person. I actually have like a recording. Like she basically said that she wanted to do like my kind of like vibe, the genre, and then like she was telling me how she really likes the song that I do called Pay for My Food, and we were just like, let's just do that and write the lyrics. And then she has all these signature jokes like party goblins and raccoons and all these random words that don't make sense. So I'm just like, just say all the words that like people who know and I'll put in the song. And then she just like said it in my phone and then like wrote the song, and then that was it, and the rest is history. Yeah,
that is so cool. I can't wait to. I haven't. Is it out?
Yeah, it's out. It's out.
We haven't seen it yet, but we're definitely gonna peep that and watch it. I can't wait. I've actually never met like a real stand-up comedian in person.
Oh, really?
Like having a conversation with a stand-up comedian. Really? I don't think actually.
They're the best storytellers because like they're trained to tell stories well, so they keep you engaged. Like
I'm trying to think of any. I know storytellers and people who like are obviously like they're there to tell stories.
Gotcha.
But I don't know like people who do it as you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's really I can't wait to meet that person.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. So you talked about a little bit about how the comedian Eliza, how she found out about you, and how it was just like on social media, right? Do you experience that like a lot? Is that how you get a lot of your gigs, or is it? What is it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Well, like a great deal of like just how I've gotten to where I've gotten is through social media. Yeah. So I'm like as difficult as Miss Instagram could be.
I mean, you blew up on
exactly as difficult as she could be. I owe like everything I do to her. So like it's like I like.
It's your platform.
It's my platform.
It's a platform.
Yeah. But essentially. Like I said, I was talking to you about this before, where it's like I do get like a great deal of like people where it's like the blue check marks and you're like, this is a real person that's
oh my gosh.
Let me tell you the tea.
Please give me the tea.
most of my experiences, like most of my gigs and like stuff that's given me work has been through like people who DM me who weren't like famous, but they were like the VP of whatever. And you're like, okay, well, damn. But like, there's this one thing that I'm waiting for the follow up on. When I first blew up, Erykah Badu followed me, right? And I was like,
stop.
Listen.
No way.
Listen, I can't breathe. I can't see. I can't do it. And she reposted one of my videos, and I was like, Erykah, stop playing me. And she literally, like, bruh, she sent me up 2 voice notes, like, that I'm like, I kind of want to, it was 2 years ago. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, like, literally every chance I get to show people this, I'm like, I'm gonna show it to you.
Shot. No
but
way.
basically, like, I think I put out like a jingle that she really liked, and she's like, yo, like, this is really good, basically. But I'm just like, girl, like, hit me up whenever. But let me see if I can find it. If it's still here, or if she blocked me. Nope.
I actually can't.
It's still
here.
If
she blocked you, why would she block you?
I don't know. Because she's probably like, I'm tired of this bitch telling this damn story. Like, okay.
Okay, shh.
Okay, oh my God. It's Erykah. Listen. I love you, Erykah.
Put it in the mic. Okay. Shh.
Say, man, stop giving all the good songs away. That Halloween song is like beautiful.
That's crazy. I would melt if.
I literally.
Oh my God, I would melt. Oh my God, stop.
I'm not over it. I think I play it like once a month. Like, to be like, what are you listening to?
You better screen record and keep that shit in your just in case Instagram goes down.
Oh, you have no idea. There's like, it's on cassette tapes, it's on CDs.
You gotta put it on your next track. Like, whoa,
the
that's
waves
crazy.
are tattooed in my arm.
Oh
like,
my God, that is actually so cool.
But yeah, that's one cool thing that happened.
No, that is so sick. I think we'll definitely talk about more about, hey, Instagram is cool, but like, this is about you, okay? We'll talk more about social media and stuff. You have singles that have been released. You have a few singles that have been out in the past few weeks, months. Yeah. So we got Cancel Plans.
Yes.
We got let me make sure. Oh yeah, Parking Spot.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
and then I think the most recent one was with Amanda Baris, right?
Yes, the amazing Amanda Baris. Yes. It's called Gotta Call You. It's actually a maxi single.
Interesting.
For the children who don't know what that is, like back in the day when you had CDs and they had to give it to DJs, for some reason, I guess in the 80s and the 90s, they would always record like 4 versions of like the same song. There'd be like a slow version, there'd be a fat. I don't know why, they just couldn't make up their mind or whatever, and they would have like all the different versions, and they would have like the instrumental and the acapella, so that like the DJ on the radio
could like spin.
Yeah, they had just different versions, right? And it would just be like one CD and be like 5 different tracks. So
of the same, like
I was like, I want to do that too. I can't make up my mind.
That's
like,
really cool. So it's called a maxi single.
I
didn't know about that.
Yeah.
So thank you for enlightening me.
Yes, maxi
so
singles are the wave.
There's different versions of the same track, essentially?
Yeah, it's like,
oh, that's so cool.
It's of the same song.
Yeah,
technically, like the same composition, because one is Amanda singing. The main one, the focal point is like the one with Amanda singing, which is like kind of a chill vibe, and I have one with me. It's like a shorter version. It's a New Jack Swing, and then I have like a recording of myself playing it on the piano and like writing it in real time. So it's like, and then the instrumentals of each of those. So.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
What made you like, how did that come to mind when you started making the track? Like, was it something that came at one point in the process? Did it happen? And why did you feel like inclined to do that?
Yeah. I just feel like I have like, it's like 2 different kind of minds. You have artistic, and then you also have, like, I'm always thinking from a marketing standpoint as well.
For sure.
Because the thing about it is like, there's so much music out there. There's so many artists and so many good artists that like people are releasing stuff like every single day, and people are you're constantly fighting. You're constantly fighting to like be seen because people are constantly being marketed things.
Yeah, cutting through the noise.
That's exactly it. And the thing about it is like, for example, like doing an album or an EP is a lot of heavy lifting because it's like you're doing this massive heavy lifting
you generally want it to be cohesive.
Exactly.
Like, you have to plan a whole like idea behind it. There has to be some kind of theme usually.
Exactly.
Even if it's not a concept album, you have to still like make it make sense. You know?
Exactly. And you have to do like, I don't know, 5 to 8 songs. And you're kind of wasting bullets because it's like that's like 8 different releases. Those could have been 8 different releases, but you're putting it all together, and it's like when like music and like content really has a shelf life of like 2 weeks. It's like you're making this big lift for something that like you're trying to drag out. So. But on the other hand, if you're putting out singles like every month, after a while it feels stagnant to just put out a song. So it's like, how can I do things differently every time? So maxi singles I find really work because it's like it's a single, but it's just like 3 different versions, and it's like it's a nice cross between like an album and like a single. You know what I mean?
That's really cool. That's really cool. I appreciate anytime there's like a thing that I haven't seen in music. And that's really cool. That's exciting, and I can't wait to see more people do it after you do it. we're gonna there's gonna be a lot more instances where it's like, hey, somebody else did it, but you know who did it first, right? In this environment, at least, you know who did it first. That's cool, and shout out to Amanda Breeze. She's been killing it especially on socials. She's getting a lot of attention, which is great. She also is one of those types, just like you, that posts a lot of really good content. Yeah, has been doing it for a while too. So
absolutely, that's how I found her. That's how we found each other. Yeah, that's how
through socials.
And
nice.
we in the scene like we knew like
you
was
knew
like
of each other.
Know Amanda. But like it was through socials where I'm like, oh, this is like the girl, and then like we got in the studio, and like when I tell you she was one of like the not easiest, but like most interesting singers to produce because like as a producer, like you want to, for example, if you're playing the piano, you want to be able to like think it and then play it. You want it to be one like one fluid process. It sucks when like, let's say you want a tuba and you don't know how to play the tuba, you just hear it in your head, you just want it out. It's the same thing with a singer, right? Like you want to think it, you want to tell them, and then you want them to do it. When I tell you like producing Sarah, oh my God, producing.
Oh no!
I'm
you want me to cut that
out? No, because I used to produce a girl named Sarah who was really good. Okay. Producing Amanda, it was just like that because when I tell you, it was just fluid and you feel like you could do anything because like, and there'd be times where she's like, oh, that wasn't good. And I'm just like, girl, okay. So shout out to Amanda.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. It's always the best singers that are so like, always like, yo, that sounded great to me. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure you can hear it because, you know, very meticulous. Jonah is also like that. You know Jonah Graves?
Jonah? Why is that name so familiar? Jonah? Singer?
Yeah. I know Jonah. I feel like I found out about Amanda because of Jonah. I'm pretty sure. I keep
hearing this name.
I mean, Jonah knows everybody.
Okay, I feel like I keep hearing this name Jonah.
He's a very talented individual who is a good friend of ours. Who, I just know so many of the people that I know in the scene in New York just because he knows so many people. It's a small world because of him, for me at least.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's so he's also one of those voices. But that's so cool. Yeah, shout out to Amanda. What is your, so in terms of like releasing and dropping, because you talked about like the 2-week schedule, like the 2-week shelf life and the content circle that you're in right now. How do you go about, because I feel like the biggest struggle is when an artist wants to release music, they want to sit with it, they want to make sure it's really good, they want to like produce it fully, and then have it come out and be like the best version of that song that it could be. In this content cycle, I feel like you don't have too many opportunities to really sit with something for too long. Especially I feel like with like people that produce content like you and how fast you produce content, oftentimes people kind of have like an insider as to what you're working on in a lot of cases. So like when do you decide when's a good time to start promoting a song? And are there moments where you start to do a song and then like you promote it, but then like you actually don't want it to come out, and then like talk about how in this content cycle how that works, because it sounds hard.
No, it's a really, really good question. I've never been asked this before. this is like my wheelhouse. Like I'm kind of a nerd for like you know, marketing and selling things. For everybody, it's different. For me and like the brand that I've built, it's very communicative with like my audience.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Not almost all, but like a great deal of the songs that I've put out have been like planned within like a week.
Yeah.
So it's very much like I'll play it and I'll play a snippet, or I'll just like play on the piano and I'll like write it really quickly, and then it'll go viral. And then not all of them, but like if it does go viral, right? If it does really, really well, then it comes down to it needs to come out, because then you get like 100,000 comments. It's like, wow. Where is it? You're like, okay, you're asking for it, and like I have to do it under pressure. So it's like, all right, it went viral on Monday. By next Friday, it needs to be out. So I take like Tuesday and Wednesday to like record, produce it, and mix it and master it. And like, mind you, I have like a massive privilege because I do like all this, like
all of it
I have a team, but like I like the creative aspect. Like I don't have to outsource or wait for anybody to do anything. So like, luckily, I'm able to write it. I'm able to produce it. I'm able to like mix and master it.
You can play all the instruments you need.
And play all the instruments on there. And if not, like I have like a great network of musicians that I could like call if I'm like I need someone to shred, like that makes sense. That will get right back to me. Or also, I'll give you a tip. Fiverr is amazing. Oh, Fiverr, Ooh, like if I'm like I just need like one sax line, I'll write it out and I'll send to them, and then I feel less bad about being like I need this in 3 hours versus I wouldn't do that to a friend versus like Fiverr. I'm like like I need
on here because you're ready.
Exactly.
They're like sitting next to the computer with their sax ready. I got it.
It's like we got it. But and then essentially, and then like on top of that, I've been teaching myself Photoshop. So then I have to like make the cover art, and then I love to edit video, so then I have to do the promo. So for me, it's very much under pressure. I think I work well. Like, you know, when you that kid that like could write the paper the night before and it comes out.
Don't even.
Come on. Comes out like the Crucible. Like it's just.
Trust me, I know.
It's so, but like I would say, let's say I'm lucky because I have a social presence, so I'm able to like tell when something might do well, because then like I'll get a bunch of comments. But in the times where like I plan a release, I always say post promotion is 10 times more important than pre. Pre-promotion just makes us feel good as artists, right? It feels good to go
like,
7 more.
Like it's coming. 1, 2, 3 day, 2 day, 1 day. Everybody's like, I'm just looking at numbers right now. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. People want it now. They hear about it, they want to get to it now. And but like as artists, we just want to count down, and it feels good to us. But what's most important is post, because when people hear about it, they can automatically get to it and they get a part of it. But I find sometimes my biggest mistake before we're promoting music was I saved all my good content for pre-promotion and the pre-saves. And by the time the song came out, like I had nothing left.
That's so interesting.
And then like it would just like die.
It would die out, because you weren't talking about it. You were just posting the same thing like over and over again.
Exactly. And then one thing I also learned was after like the mix and master's done, I feel really good about it. Like I know it's done and it's good. I don't listen to it, or I try not to listen to it until it comes out, because if you spend a week listening to it before it comes out, you're going to get tired of it. So by the time it comes out, it's already old for you. So you won't want to promote it. Like you'll be like, oh, it's old. It's like, no, it's not. It's only 2 days old. It just feels old because you've been listening to it 10 times a day for the past 2 weeks. So like that's
what's that balance like? Like how do you find the balance when you're like, because I know that some people have to listen to a track like over and over to mix and master and stuff like that, especially when you're kind of new to it. Yeah. Is that just something that came with time where you were able to just like, well, that's good, let's just put it out kind of thing?
Yeah. Everything comes to time. Like my early mixes were trash with a capital T.
Oh, for sure.
Like trash likes music. Like it was like my mixes now, every mix gets better and better because I'm learning. Yeah. You know what I mean? I have like, again, a great network of people. I'm like, what does this mean? And it came down to it. I had an engineer, and he got like a great job being a master engineer for like this really big guy or whatever, and he wasn't available anymore. So I'm like, girl, you're gonna learn to mix and master your own music. And at first it sounded like shit, and then now it's like it's starting to sound a little bit better. And I'm just like, okay, cool. It just takes practice and being trash. Like,
yeah, true. You gotta be trashed to start. That's how I feel about my music. I've only ever really released things when I had like a reason to, like a deadline. So like I made music for Revival, and I had like 2-3 months to make the music. And I was like, okay, well, we're just making new tracks now, so like let's just make the tracks. And I did it, and like when it started getting closer, I was like, I didn't have time to like rummage around and like figure out if I really wanted it to sound this way. I was just like, well, this is the way it sounds right now. And then it came out, and now it's like, okay, well, like, you know, moving on. Like from that, it's like now recently I made music, and it was for the Manifest event. And I made it for the event, you know, or I didn't make it for the event. I made it like before I was working on it slightly, and Brandon Glooms Garcia made the tracks and sent them to me, and I fucking love them. They're such good tracks. So I was like, let me just write to this. Started writing here and there, put some stuff down, and then an event was coming up, and I was like, oh, this is like perfect timing, you know, like, and that's what it started working towards. I actually found out I was gonna perform at that event like 2 weeks before it happened. So like that kind of short window of time, that pressure, I feel like it just makes me do things. So like it feels better. It's like I don't have to like, it's not on my own terms. So
it sounds like you like art with an intention.
Yeah,
you know
like
I mean?
if you tell me that you want me to do something and you want it to be new, I'm gonna go do the new thing, and I'm gonna be excited to, and I have a deadline now to do that new thing. And it just feels good that way, you know.
I love it. What's your sign?
I hear that. Capricorn.
Okay. Are Capricorns the ones that like just like really like to set goals and like I don't know. We'll see.
Listen, Capricorns, I just know that they're the best. That's all I know. I don't have any other knowledge.
I'm trying to say.
I don't know. I really don't. But everybody tells me every time I say Capricorn, they're like, wow, you really are the best. I'm like, thanks. I know. Like, nobody ever tells me. What sign are you? I'm not clumsy. The best. I'm a
dumbass side. No, I'm a Virgo.
I have no idea what that means. So.
It means that we have Beyonce.
Oh.
And that's all that we need.
True.
Yeah.
We have Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Did Dwayne Wade come out with Single Ladies? Or no? Was that him?
No.
Okay, so then.
No, that's true. We have, I don't know how some people feel about this now. I don't know what happened, why it got so controversial, but we have Lin-Manuel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is he controversial now?
Something about Puerto Rico.
Oh.
To be honest, I don't really pay attention to the celebrities that are involved with Puerto Rico.
Gotcha.
And I feel like there's definitely something there.
Okay.
I don't
Copy.
I don't know. I maybe because he's like, I think it has to do with like the American stuff. Because he did make a play about like America. I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna stop talking before I get myself in trouble about that stuff. So you talked about it a little bit, I think. FSMG.
Yes.
Fulton Street Music Group. Shout out to Fulton. Shout out to Alex Fulton.
Yes.
That's how we met you, right?
Yeah.
Because Franco's in FSMG, and Franco met. I feel like we met so many cool people through FSMG. And Franco is like, you guys connected on social media as well, I think, right? After that, like after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
He also did the music video for Cancel Plans.
Yes, he did. Murked it.
Which was sick. Super fun.
Yes.
Love that video. Talk a little bit about how it was to collaborate in that instance, and like I'm just curious because like not many people know what it's like to do music videos. They think it's very different than what it actually is, so I just want to hear about your experience with that. Like,
it was amazing. I could go on and on about this. By the way, the music video just crossed like was 17K views on YouTube.
Let's go.
So like we out here.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
No, like, and
awesome.
I'm happy because the experience was so amazing because everyone a part of it was just like just so talented and like so efficient. Like as like a Virgo who's like like creative control, like not disorganized in every other aspect, but very organized when it comes down to like creativity. It was like, well, there's a schedule, and then you had Christina, you had Sarah, and they had like the different sets, and as one was being broken down. Almost done. Okay.
Yo, me too. I feel you.
Oh damn. Okay. I don't know what just happened. Okay.
You're good. Go.
But as they were breaking down like one set.
I'm sorry, I can't wait to watch them back. I want to play back. I need to play back.
I don't know what just happened just now. Like I just like inhaled some crack. I don't know. But like as one set was breaking down, one was being set up, and as I was getting dressed, like one thing was happening, and then we were just figuring out if we were on time, and then we were breaking for lunch, and then it was just like it was so efficient, and I loved that, and everybody was working together, but also everyone was having fun. You know what I mean? It was just so warm. You know what I mean? Like I've been on like massive big sets where it's just like no one's nice, and like people are disengaged. And it's just like, whereas here was like, okay, this feels good, I felt comfortable. It's like very awkward to perform in front of a camera.
Oh, for sure.
And then especially people staring at you, so I didn't feel that awkwardness. I felt like, this is I felt like I was walking into like a family's home.
For
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I was just like,
sense.
okay,
especially because Franco performs behind the camera too.
Yes, honestly,
he's very performative in all kind of ways. It's great. It's really easy to make stuff with Franco.
Absolutely.
It's because his like energy and is really contagious. So
he's like my go-to.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's awesome. That's really cool. And the music video came out so good, and I'm super happy. But do you have any plans for other music videos, or is you still like? Because I know you're like, you just released another single, so like, you know.
I'm doing the thing again where I'm seeing. The reason we did Cancel Plans is because it's doing very, very well.
Nice.
And it was like, we should do a music video. It's like, okay, let's do it for Cancel Plans.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But I think at this stage where I'm at, where I'm like very, very indie and everything is coming out of my own pocket. Yeah. I'm at the stage where I'm only doing a music video or full production if like it's already doing well. Yeah. Like, and then like, so that you can propel it even more.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Versus like, if you're signed to a major label, you just do a music video for everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's when
you can have fun with the music video.
Yes.
That's when you're like, I do it for just song because I feel like it.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to. And it's like, no, like we're not gonna do that. Like exactly, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. And I want to do like a full, like I want to do a bigger production. Like I want like a more massive budget. Yeah. My dream is to have like a massive budget, but with like a project feel where it's like because I feel like when you come from like a smaller collective or a smaller company, people are just more creative because they're forced to be that way. You know what I mean? Like they're forced to like create something out of nothing. So imagine if you have like this massive budget to like really like do things.
Yeah, like we talk about that all the time. It's like we're pretty limited, and that makes us very creative as well because like you kind of like you deal in that limitation and you make it the best that it could be.
Absolutely.
But man, when it comes, it's like when that first budget, when we get that first thing where it's like, yo, you got a couple G's for this, like, I can't wait. I can't wait to just have those like those budgets that feel kind of infinite, where it's just like we can do everything that we plan to do in this music video. Like we can get everything we need.
Exactly.
Like, we can pay everybody.
Exactly.
It's like, so I can't wait. I'm excited.
It's coming.
Yeah, and it's gonna be. So I'm glad you brought up Project Feel because you through Franco and like doing that project with us and like the Cancel Plans music video, doing that with us and like having that kind of support behind the scenes from Project Feel, like I'm excited to see the relationship that we develop between us, like because we really love your music and you're doing really well, and it's one thing that I feel like we want to focus on is like those independent artists that are really doing it on their own. Absolutely. And just how best we can support them from below them as opposed to like trying to pull up, because most labels are just trying to pull up, like they have all the funding, they have all the money, they have everything they need, and they're like just picking out these things from different places. But like with Project Feel, we really want to focus on like going from under the artist and like pushing them up into that elevated space, as opposed to like them having to join our elevated space, which like and I think we create that together as well, which is exciting, and I can't wait to do that with you. And like, because I mean, you're also like, I would like to thank you for supporting us as well, because just with your with your consistency and the way you do content, it's inspiring for us as well. So that's really cool.
No, honestly, like I was a fan. Like, wait, I didn't even know Franco was a part of Project Fail. It was like one of those things where it's like, oh, do you know this? I like their stuff, really cool. Like, and then he's like, oh, I'm a part of them. I'm like, oh, okay. And then like you always know you're gonna end up working with people. So I'm just like, I heard Issa Rae say something before where it's like, sometimes we're so focused on networking up, you know what I mean? Like DMing the big person, and it's like, give me a chance. Where it's like, the best thing to do is to network across. Yeah, for sure. And I'm just realizing how amazing that is. Like my best experiences, my best learning experiences, the things that have inspired me the most have not been people like up there have been people like my peers. You know what I mean? Those people that push me and make me. So cool. Honestly, it was the best shows I've been to. Like I love it. I love it. And that's honestly really a really intelligent way to view networking and like, and to view your space. Cause that just goes really well with like your vibe, which is like the indie vibe. And the vibe where it's like, well, you said it was like, you said that your music is like, it belongs on CDs. Like you make music for like the people who still listen to CDs, I think is what it was. And like I think intrinsically the idea of a CD is like there's a community behind that, because like I passed you that CD. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like, oh, I sent you a text or like I sent you a DM. It's like I physically in person was like, this is my music, you know? And I think that's like so important, and like to do that with your peers, like you said, that's like really indie. And talk a little bit more about that, because you said like you're super independent in everything that you do, and of course you have some people behind the scenes that help you a lot for sure, but like there's a lot of struggles within that as well. Like it's really difficult to be indie, and I just spoke to Naya on the last episode, and she was like transitioning from label to independent, which is even like crazier to think about, because like I guess what makes it why indie for you? I think for me it's I've seen way too many music documentaries where it's like, hey, and then they stole all my money, and I was just like, and I don't own my masters. Yeah, no, I'm good. No, but I think for me mostly, I'm really blessed that like I went to school for music, and I got a minor in music management, just so like I knew the business aspect of it all, and I think labels work, but for like a very small population of artists, if you really know what you're going for. I think that for me, as someone who's like very creatively, I don't say controlling, but I'm creatively like, I just like to have my hand in everything. Sure. Like I used to think I just wanted to be a piano player, and then I realized, oh, I think I just want to be a songwriter. Then I realized, no, I want to be a producer. And then I'm like, now I'm mixing and mastering everything. And then now I want like my hand in the cover art. Like now I want to like be a part of the music. You know what I mean? Like I want to be a part of all that. And then also before labels, like they were like the experts in like, you need them because they were the experts on how to market your music or how to market your tool. Whereas like, no shade, they're no longer the experts. Like like we are the experts because we're in it. Like the people at the labels have no idea what's going on. Like they just they're hoping, they're like consulting us. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, at this point, why would I need a label? Like I would try to see like what. Like why? Like why do you? You're already doing it on your own. All the services you give me, like and the thing about it is a label could put money behind you, but a label genuinely cannot make people care about you. They can put you in a billboard, but they cannot fill up a room for moments maybe, but like there's no longevity usually. Like if you're not doing it on your own. Exactly, but sometimes I realize I'm like, damn. When I was planning my show, I'm like, now I know why people sign to labels, because they just do all that for you. Yes. You just have to pull up. I would love to just show up and play sometimes, but then it's like, no, you have to worry about this and the tickets and the this, and then you have to talk. The venue owner's talking to you.
You gotta do the merch and stuff like that. Yeah.
But then I realized, like, you also don't have to do everything by yourself. Like, you can have a team without a label. Like, I have a great team. I have a general manager, I have a creative manager, I have a business manager, and I have a lawyer. And they don't take care of everything, but it's like they help me with like the admin stuff, so I can focus on the creative. So if it ever gets too hard, I'll just like add to my team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so people think independent means like alone, and it's like that's not. It's just independent of a label, but you're not your own. Exactly. Like you might be a workhorse and like you got everything on lock and you're like, you know, a creative like machine and you can just like do it, but you're gonna burn out if you gotta be also your own lawyer and also your own manager and also your own like you're booking, like all of that stuff. Like there's so much that you need help. you need help. You do need help. You know, I'm running a podcast that releases bi-weekly, and it's like it's not even, it's so even just bi-weekly is so difficult. Like
I don't know how
and not difficult. It's just like there's so much behind it because I have like, you know, of course Christine is super helpful and she does so much for me, but it's like a majority of like all of this stuff is solo, but I can't believe, like I just can't imagine doing all of that alone, like truly alone. Yes. Like I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't do it probably.
And even I don't know. You still are like y'all are still carrying a lot and doing it bi-weekly. Like I could not do that. Like that's the thing is like you what y'all are doing is long form content. I tried to do that, like release a YouTube video every 2 weeks. That's so much work. Like short form content, if I don't have a post for the day, I could just like throw my phone up and like tell a joke and then that's my post for the day. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have, whereas like this is a production and I'm just like kudos to y'all because literally like work ethic is like the key.
Oh yeah, for sure. and like it's in both instances that that, you know, whether it's short form or long form, the key which you always talk about, like it's just doing it. Like you have to continue to do it.
Absolutely.
And you have to be innovative and you have to be excited and you have to do it. Like I was
talking to myself the other day. I said self. It was so interesting because no, you realize how much you like it or you don't like it. Like no lie, like the first interview that we did, if that was me and it shut down and I was like you, I'd be like, I guess we're not doing it. Like I guess it's a dub. Like I was like, whereas like music it'd be different. I'd be like, okay, let's come and record it. But a lot of times you do things and you realize you might not like it as much as you think you do. Because if you're willing, you gotta be willing to like be at something for like 8 years with like no movement. Like
you gotta do this
crazy.
For a minute before anything really pops off. You
have to like it. So enjoy yourself.
For sure.
You.
I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing everything that you've shared today, and I hope that people that are watching are learning as well, because like there's so many people that are trying to do it like you. So we appreciate you being on and like just sharing your knowledge and your expertise, and can't wait to see more. I'm excited to just continue to see Tima all over my feed all the time.
Of course.
So just to end off the episode, if you're cool with it, I would like you, if you have any announcements, anything new coming up or whatever, and then if you could give us some words of wisdom to send us off, if that's okay with you. Take your time, okay? You don't have
gosh, this is so the first question was what? Anything to promote? Oh yeah. So
what you got coming next?
Stream Gotta Call You, featuring Amanda Burries on all streaming platforms. Watch Hot Forever. Eliza Schlesinger's comedy special on Netflix. Okay, I'm gonna give you like the new the TT. In like about 2 weeks, I don't know, probably early November, I'm dropping like a mini doc of like the show, my Rockwood show. It was supposed to come out like, it was done like a couple days after the show, but like things kept happening. Some managers like, push it back, we'll do the song. I'll push it back, we'll do this. So that'll come out pretty soon.
Nice.
So check out my Rockwood documentary. Yeah, by the time it comes out, I'll probably be out. So check out my Rockwood documentary. And so words of wisdom.
Let's go.
I would say to creatives out there, you're going to be okay. It's like really, I know it's like, it hurts. It's a lie. It's a lot to being creative is like mental torture because you have to believe in something and see something that nobody else sees. You know what I mean? And you could like almost taste it. But the people who do well or like make it like are the people that just don't stop. And it might take months, it might take years, but just don't stop. That's all I got. That's all I got.
I feel you. Hell yeah, I feel you. Thank you so much for being.
No, thank you for
on the
having
show.
me. Edward Wisdom.
It's the first time it's made the public appearance. It's my other name.
I blew up your whole spot.
Blew up my spot.
We using the government. We using the government. Oh, the police come to the door. Excuse, Edward, is there an Edward Wisdom?
Is there an Edward?
The feds.